Hi, this is Johnny. I just got my Marvel, my first cocktail table. It measure is 29 inches with inside the box. They say that 29 inches, so 29 inches, okay, the height. They say that it's supposed to be 29 inches after you take out the box. So I don't think it's a 229 inches height, unless the leg you adjust the leg at the bottom. Maybe it would be 29. I didn't buy the leg for it because I was confused, because based on some people say it should be, this model is 29 inches, where other one like StreetFighter, uh, they are 25 inches, and then Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man, I think they're only 23 inches height, which is way too low, because the chair itself is roughly, I think, is 23 inches tall. You know, now that one is not the arcade one up chair, but it's the same height as the arcade one up chair. Uh, yeah, roughly about 22 and a half inches for the chair. To me, I think it is a little bit too low. Normal table is 25 inches height, but the joystick is at down here. So if my hand roughly for 90-degree, it would be nice. It would be right here, joystick. So the cabinet need to be a little bit taller. But if this is 29, then the joystick is going to be down here, and your hand will be down here like this, and it's not good for your blood circulation, because you need to be 90-degree based on the computer, based on the study of for people without getting problem with their hands. They have to be at least 90 degrees, so you have to be at least up here. So it look like I might have to go ahead and order the leg for this to bring it up higher, because yeah, the joystick would definitely be too low. It would be like this, and I'll be like slender like this, and that's not good for your hand. Okay, so I'm going to unbox this and put it together. And I already have all the game. I just purchased this one. I was going to do a video on it, the Marvel versus Capcom, and I already took all the school to show you how I would do it to peel off this all the plastic. I just bought a second one. I was going to mod this one. What I was thinking about doing, after thinking about it again, I was going to take the controller board and mod it to the Ninja Turtle using the encoder hack. I was going to use this controller PCB board and put it in here and make this one a hack for the team encoder. Have a hack that you could put more gaming here, and then make this one change the PC board to a Raspberry Pi, so I could play the Raspberry Pi 4, so I could play the Capcom versus SNK 2, or SNK versus Capcom 2. I think it's called I think it's called Capcom vs SNK 2. Millennium. Okay, so I was going to mod this so I could do that. So I will have all the Marvel best game on that system. So I also have a full cabinet of Marvel versus Capcom. So I have pretty much 3 of them now. But the main thing is, I already have an image. Original was going to mod the ping pong, but ping pong was way too small to mod it, and I cut the wood, and it just don't have enough space to do this. I wanted to add more stuff to it, but let me put it together and then we can talk about it more. All right, I'm gonna go ahead speed up the process so you don't have to stand there watch me put this up. Maybe roughly would be my guess is probably 1 hour. All right, let's do this, and then I will give you my review. Then after that, we're gonna go ahead and tear this apart and mod this to the best, and to have the game that I like. All right. Okay, just a quick video. I did not show everything from beginning to the end, but I want to go over it real quick. You got this one big panel on the top, okay, and this is a side panel. And before you put them together, you have to put this little piece right here, this piece, and you put 2 screws on it, okay. And you do that for this side, you do it for this side. Now this piece at the bottom, it slide into the bottom, so you don't want to have the leg real high because we won't be able to slide in. So make sure you screw those leg all the way up to not totally tight, but all the way up, okay. And then later you can adjust it, okay. Now, and then this side wood is just a side wood. The G had to be facing toward you. If you guys are not sure, just have that G face toward you. And then here, you just put 2. Let me move the light away from it. Okay, so you just put the 2 little wood screw in here, and then you're gonna screw that screw here, and then the same thing here. You need to put 4. Each wood you're gonna put 1, 2, 1, 2, 4 wood on both sides. So when you screw it, you know where to line up correctly. So that's the way they do it. And then here, you just need to put those 4 legs, those 4 at the bottom. But you put 2 screws here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, total. Then this last piece is the same thing. We're just gonna put it. We're just gonna put it right on top. So let me do that. Let me zoom back out. So you're gonna put this wood right here, right on top of that the wood at the bottom, okay. So you just put it right there, and then you just pretty much push it all toward each other. Now I never put mine on the floor because I don't want it to. Then just line up the wood, and then you just put the screw, one here, one in the bottom, and then I'm gonna work on the top. All right, I put the screw in. I just want to point out the screw. There's 1 right there, 2. This is for holding the controller later when we put the controller. And then we have a screw right here. That's it, just 2 screws, 1 and 2, and then the controller. Then at the very bottom, you have 2 screws on all 4 corners. So that one and that one will help holding the base. And the base, I have it all the way up to the max. So that is the max, and I have all four sides. With that all put up, then when you put a regular chair on it, then it's level correctly. So if you don't put it all the way up, it's not going to be level correctly, okay. That means it's a little bit too short, so you have to put that all the way up to get the 29 inches. All right, let's do the top. Now we're going to put the cable in. Right now, the box, I didn't do a full detail box because it's just to put it together. It's really nothing technical about it. So if you could do IKEA, you should be able to do this. Now there's a hole at the very bottom right there. We are going to put this from inside, push it out, so that way it will hold it to keep it from breaking the hole or make the wire come out. So I mean, keep the wire from coming out. Okay, so it's not that long. This cable is really not that long. So we're just going to push it out. So what we did is we just push this into the hole. Can't really see. We're just pushing this into the hole, and then we just have this piece just pretty much wiggle it, let it sit. Kind of let it sit in there so that this side will have the cable. Okay, and that's pretty much this one. You plug the cable in. That's the power in. Compared to this, is almost exactly the same thickness, same width. So, and if you compare this side, it's a little bit longer in the back. It's about this much longer here in the back. Okay, but if you compare to the size, it's a lot shorter. This piece is a lot longer. This piece is a lot longer, as you can see, and this piece is lot. The length is longer, but the width is shorter. See how short it is? So yeah, it's pretty short. So if you was to put it directly like this, with this line up, you had that less of a for your hand to rest it on. So I wish they'd make it a little bit longer, but it looked kind of short compared to the 2-player arcade. So that means if I was to hold this, I really don't have that much room. If I play like this, my hand would be hitting here. But if I do it like that, it would be okay. All right, so that's the joystick we're gonna put on. So here's the cable, here's the arcade. It doesn't matter which side. There's only 2 cables. One is like the sound, and then one is the joystick cable. So we just set it right in here. Before you do, put the cable into the hole. Put the cable into the hole, and then put this one into it. Okay, and then you just put this in. And then just screw the 2. Now make sure you take the plastic cover from here and the bottom here. You take the clear plastic off here and here. Yeah, one on top, one on bottom. You take it off, so that way it will be clear. Okay, so make sure you do that on both controller. And now we're going to put the other stuff together. So there's 2 of them. One have a little metal in the middle, and one is a hollow hole. So for the audio, we'll be using, for the controller, you're gonna use this one. Okay, and then for the power, I need to put the second one up. Okay, so you take spawn back. So we're gonna put this one. Hopefully this light is not broken, because that will be a real awful bad situation. So right now we have a situation where I don't have the controller. Okay, so you press down. Okay, I don't know if you could see that. So now this one have a cable, and this side have a cable, and this one you plug into this. Okay, one on this side and one on this side. Okay, so this will be imagine plug into the screen on top that we're gonna put on. So we're gonna do that as well. Okay, I just realized I spent the time sending email, open up a ticket, and I just realized the picture wasn't very clear. By looking at it, you probably run into the same problem I have, where there's a cable, but there's no cable here. Okay, and then when I look at over here, then I realized something, that this cable, the control cable, need to go all the way across. They don't even have pictures show it. The control cable need to go all the way to the second controller. Okay, then back here, that's when they show you the picture where the monitor go into this one. Okay, so I believe the cable is supposed to go across and to this controller. Then this cable go directly to 8, because here doesn't have two cables that you could plug into. But there's nowhere in the picture show that this controller cable go directly to this controller cable. It doesn't show you that. It only show you that this cable from this go into the second controller. Okay, so we are going to plug this one into here. Now I hope this one have only one direction and not two. So I cannot see very well because it's dark in here. So I'm going to take the controller out and see if I can plug in correctly. Okay. So based on this, there's supposed to be a second, so it must be from that side. And this one only have a little bit of this. Okay, it's very hard to, everything is black, it's very hard to see this. Okay, so I'm gonna have this cable plugged in facing downward to go in here. Okay, so the red side is facing this way. The red color here is gonna face this way, and we're gonna plug it in this way. Okay, so we're gonna pull this cable in, and we're gonna plug into here. And then we're gonna put this down. Just push it. Make sure oh, you hear the click, you went click. So make sure push that in. And then now I'm gonna reseat this. Okay. Now here's the question is the monitor. Now based on this, the monitor, when you put the top on, this is the only one that say player 1. And that's where it happened to be like that. This is player 1. Okay. And this is my main controller. So now the question is there another plug back here that we could plug into? And there is one down here. Can't see it, so let me get a flashlight. Okay, we're on the first controller, and if you look at the bottom, there is another plug, and the bottom is the one have a little bit gap. So we're going to plug the monitor into player 1, not the player 2, but player 1. Okay, and so this is player 2. Player 2 do not have a sticker here, so say player 2. Okay, so there's no sticker here. So the player 2 do not have the sticker. Sorry that it's wobbling around because I'm holding it. So player 2 do not have any sticker, but player 1 does. So we're gonna go ahead and put the top on and see what happens. Okay, we have the cable plugged in. You want the red color here to plug in here, and I screw the controller down so that way when I push, I'm able to. Well, I didn't screw all the way in. I need to screw all the way in. Okay, so this is all flat in. Now, right here, we need to figure out what cable go where. Okay, and this is the best way to do this is have it set 45 degrees on top because the cable is not long enough. So let me turn this, and we're gonna zoom in the box and then look at where we're gonna plug what in. Okay, because the picture it doesn't show you the little icon. Okay, so based on this picture, I'm gonna show you based on this drawing. Okay, so Marvel versus Capcom, it looked like this. Okay, so this will be the speaker coming from the controller. Okay, and then this one will be the power that we're gonna plug the outlet to it. And this is the light that going out for the control deck where you light up the two sides. Okay, so we are going to plug the power cable. It's not even long enough to plug the power cable. Okay, so we have this is a docking station. This is a docking station which have the sound. Okay, we're gonna plug the sound into the speaker here, speaker hole. So this is for the speaker. Then we're gonna plug in the marquee light, the power light, and we cannot plug it in until we it's too short, so we cannot plug it in until we flip it. Okay, so this is gonna be tough when you're doing this by yourself. All right, so here's the power cable, and we're gonna plug the light to here, and then the power down there, and then we need to, and this one does have a USB port, so that means there's a possibility you could hack this countercat because there is a USB port. So if you zoom in, there is a USB-A. It lets you plug in a keyboard, but you definitely could probably do something with the hack. And also have a on and off switch on the side. So we're going to flip this and then plug this two cable in, and then try not to put too fingerprint on this, but this is going to be tough. So the best way, probably have something tape it on the side so that it won't fall. This part is hard to do. Maybe that's why a lot of people don't do it, because I'm doing this by myself. All right, so I'm gonna plug the LED light on top. Maybe I should plug the power first. So LED light go on the light ball here on top. All right, then this power cable, which I tape over here, is gonna go at the bottom, and the cable is not long enough to reach. That is ridiculous. Okay, so it is hard to reach to the power cord because the cable is real short. All right, so now the power is in there. See, there's an on and off switch right there. So the mystery encoder probably could hack this. Okay, I'm not sure what this is. Look like you could put an SD card in there. So look like you could put an SD card in there. So if you could hack this, you could put a micro SD card in here instead of a flash card. Remember the USB that we used to plug it in? So you plug this one into computer and then plug this to the SD card. You right there could hack this system. So yes, this could be hacked. All right, so now I'm gonna put this down. Okay, and then I need to peel off the sticker. I'm gonna peel this one off, and then we're gonna peel this one. Now this one need to face the player one. Okay, so let me move this so I show you. See, if you to look at this need to be faced with player one. See, player one. So the screen need to be plugged player one. Okay, and then we're gonna peel this off, and then we're going to peel the other side, and then we're gonna put this all together, and then we can start playing game. All right, so we're going to find a corner that I could peel it off. Alright, so now that's peeled off. And then I need to peel off this other thing first. Make sure you peel off this. Same thing with the control deck. You have one. Okay, you have to peel both of them off. One. And then you have to peel the other side. Try not to get fingerprint on it or get anything on it, because when you peel off, it's gonna pick up. Okay, I run into a problem with my screen. The paper, it went on top of the screen. So when you put it on top, it's not gonna look good. So I'm gonna try to use it's not the best box cutter at this time, but this is the one that I'm using at this time to open this thing. So let's see if this box cutter will do the trick without damaging the screen. So I'm just gonna slightly cut. And hopefully, maybe I could peel this piece off. Just another tips, before you put the top on, make sure you screw it in. Even though we're using a smaller screw, I can't get it to go in here. So luckily I haven't screwed this in yet, so I'm gonna lift this up and then screw this in. Okay, so make sure you can install the control deck and before you put this down, because otherwise you don't have space to screw that in. Okay, and then this is the joystick. So for trackball, you still have space if you want to put trackball or spinner. So trackball on one side and spinner on this another side. So it could be done, and then you could drill another hole for star and slack, and then for power off. So power off. So you could still do it. So now we screw that in. The way to put this in, you have to lift up a little bit and then see the hole, and then you could put it in correctly. Now we could put and now the plexiglass is you have to be very careful to put the right direction too. There's one direction, there's another direction. So we're gonna look at that as well. See how this little cup is like is facing downward. So you have to have this facing downward. So when you put it in, it will hold a. I can't pick up the plexiglass, sorry. So you want it to face downward. So when you screw onto it, it will be like this, flat, so you won't cut your hand. Okay, so you want this to face in, like a cup, facing in, not this way, but this way, in. Okay, so you have to do that before you screw that in. So hopefully this video will help some of the think that they didn't go in that detail on a lot of video I see. Hopefully this will help. See, I have some little bit minor scratches, but no big deal. But I think the screen is overall pretty good. I mean, the dust that I take off. This is the player 2, and the player 1 is on that side. And let's continue, put this on and try some game. Alright, this is the moment of the truth. We're gonna, the chair, the joystick is slanted, so it is a 90-degree on it. By moving the chair all the way up, using a regular chair, it is good. You know, like a dining room or breakfast table chair. Don't use the stool. The stool is made for the arcade. Let's turn this one wheel up to 15. See. So we have Marvel Superhero, X-Men vs StreetFighter, and that's my favorite one. And Marvel Superhero War of the Giants. I think that's more of a Nintendo version. And then X-Men Children of the Atom, X-Men Mutant, Apocalypse, Punisher, Marvel Superhero vs StreetFighter, Marvel vs Capcom. Marvel vs Capcom and then the X-Men, those two are the best one right now. My opinion, if I remember it correctly. You have sound demo is on, difficulty level 1, the highest level 8. Okay, so let's bring the screen closer. And the problem with the screen like this, you won't be able to see. You're gonna wind up looking sideways. Let's change the screen angle. Okay, that's better now. So you can see what I'm seeing instead of. Oh, let me see if I could get in here. Now the chair, and you move back. Can't get my chair in there. Okay, move this one higher. And let's see if we can zoom in more. Okay, so the height of this is good. You can put your feet underneath the joystick without hitting it, so that's good. And we are going to do level 1 damage. You got up to 4. I'm going to say damage level. I'm going to put it 1. Okay, save and exit. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Okay, that's the control thing. We'll turn the sound the loudest it could be. How come I got out again? Press A to continue. Oh, press player 1. Alright, so I'm gonna go there and put a player 2 on it. Oh, never mind. It's already split screen already, so I don't need to press player 2. It looks pretty nice. I want to add Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man in here, and Galaxy. So that's the reason I will be hacking this. Looking straight up, the screen is okay because they added this picture, make you feel like it's not like too small. So the screen is roughly around the D area. So we're gonna measure exactly how big this is. I wonder if I could pause it. Nope, can't pause it. Oh, I thought it was gonna ring. Alright, let's go see if we can measure this. I don't have my new ruler. Okay, let's measure the screen. Exactly, see. Okay, the screen from here to here is almost 17, about 17 inches. Okay, so from here to this screen as a half screen is 12 inches. So from here to here is 12 inches screen. Okay, so, but if you use the whole black area, you could put a 19 inches in here with no problem, without have to cut anything. You just take this whole thing down and put a 19 inches screen. So this will fit a 19 inches screen with no problem. So if you put a 20 inches, you will have to cut it a bit. You will have to cut. So if you buy 19 inches and fill up the black spot that they have a black spot around it, it will fit just fine, 19 inches. So they could have put a 19 inches here and make this screen bigger. So from here to here is 12 inches. It's not bad because most of the arcade is only 8 inches and this is 12 inches wide. So it's pretty acceptable for a 2-player. But it would be nice if it was, let's see, if it was 19 inches, this screen would be 13 and a half. Well, close to 13, about close to 13 and a half. Well, let me take that back. You'd probably be playing at almost like a 14 inches screen. So yeah, so if you put a 19 inches in here, you could, at least the screen would be close to 13 and a half to 14 and a half on the play screen. So you could put a 19 inches on it. Let's measure the height of this thing once I put the leg back on. With the leg back on, you're looking at 29 and a half. Okay, and for your leg to be hitting the wood without hitting the joystick controller, you're looking at like maybe 22. So 22 on the bottom of the leg, I forgot to test the light. I apologize. Now I need to figure out how to turn on the light. So this light that we put in, there's a way to turn this on. Okay, it seems like there's a little push button here. So you push it and there's the light. So that's the red one. So it's just a straight line. It's not going. Okay, here's the green one. It's not too bad, but it's not the best. I mean, and that's the way. Yeah, it just looks like there's a line on it. But this blue will match this blue. So let's see how many colors we have. We have green, blue, 2, I think the red one of 3, and then purple 4, and then this light blue 5, and white 6. Oh, this one random color. It change. So 7. Okay, off. 1, 2, it's green. 3, blue. 4 is another green. 5, purple. 6, light blue. 7 is white. And 8 is random color. Cool. Let's see on this side. This is what it looks like from the top view. Let's see if this one works as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 8 is the one that changed color. And then off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I normally leave my system on. Why? Because if you leave it running for at least one day, 24 hours, or maybe 48 hours, but I think 24 hours is good enough. And if anything that will go wrong, it will go wrong in this 24 hours. So that way, if something go wrong, you could tell them, hey, I just got this today, and next day it's not working, you know. So you want to let it run, like same thing I'm doing it with this one. I just bought this one as well. I'm gonna let it run and let the marquee, everything run by itself, one demo, and then play it later on after one day, see everything still working. And that's what you want to do with any new product. You want to test it at least a whole day without turning it off and see if anything go wrong. Because most of the time I have my system turned off when I'm not playing. And so you do want to do a fully test to make sure nothing go wrong and everything is working. Otherwise, if you wait till the day you play it, which is probably 6 months later, your warranty is already broken and you won't be able to get refund or get your money back because it's no longer, they no longer honor it. So you want to do that, test it out for a while. I can't do a video on the side because I put it against the wall. But in order for this, for my feet to not hit the dashboard, you have to use like a regular chair for the dining room chair or study chair. Then it won't hit, your knee won't hit this. Okay, so I think the regular dining room chair or you know, study chair, folding chair will work than the regular arcade stool, because arcade stool, it look nice but it's not comfortable to sit on for a long period of time. And they don't have a clone door, but they do have this piece. I should have put this piece on the other side, but apparently it turned out that this piece is right here. And then this piece right here is where I plug the power in. And I have the legs all the way up to the highest to get the 29.5, otherwise it would be too short. So for this to be 29.5, you have to have the leg, otherwise it's not 29.5, probably be less than 29. Alright, thank you for watching, and hopefully this will help you to understand more detail about putting it together. And the graphic looked very nice from pretty much all angles. This direction look nice. So and let's see if this side have any issue with the graphic. So they did pick a pretty good graphic monitor, not graphic but monitor. So all the angles seem to be okay. No issue of color changing. The sound is not as loud, but is pretty acceptable. And the controller does have sound to it. And button. Now this one cannot start the game, I don't think. Oh, you could. You could start the game. I just started the game. Let's see what happened. So if you push different color, you will have different color. I mean, different button, you will get different color of the clothes. If you push this button, it will stay in yellow color. So let's see if I press this button. Look a little bit more brown instead. So it depends which button you push. So I'm playing over here now as a second player, not the first player. So if I come over here and press the button, a new challenge has arrived. So if I pick up here, get the same color. But if I pick, let's see if I pick this one, see what color will change. Oh, same color. So only these two buttons will change. This one, I think this three will change different color. Alright, so the game now will allow me to control this person, and then this one I will control the red one. Pretty cool.